Hello everyone, welcome to GK Today. All the videos of GK Today are absolutely free and available on GK Today's YouTube channel. And if you are looking for interactive quizzes in text and also their solutions, please download GK Today's Academy Android app. We have several free and paid courses in that app. Now this particular series is of 60 videos and in each video we are going to discuss select 15 questions and we shall also do 500 test questions after end of this series. Now let's start with the questions on Indian polity. So the first question is, an area declared disturbed according to the Disturbed Areas Special Courts Act 1976 has to maintain status quo for how many months? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option B, that is 3 months. See, according to the Disturbed Areas Special Courts Act of the year 1976, once an area is declared disturbed, the area has to maintain status quo for a minimum of 3 months. Moving ahead with the next question. So the Arms Act of 1959 is divided into how many chapters? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option C, that is 6. So the Arms Act of 1959 is divided into 6 chapters. Chapter 1st, Parliamentary. Chapter 2nd, Acquisition, Possession, Manufacture, Sale, Import, Export and Transport of Arms and Ammunition. Chapter 3rd, Provisions relating to license. Chapter 4th, Powers and Procedures. Chapter 5th, Offences and Penalties. And Chapter 6th, Miscellaneous. Moving ahead with the next question. So the Cigarettes and Other Tobacco Products Act 2003 prohibits smoking of tobacco in which of the following places? Auditoriums, movie theaters, hospitals, public transport. So you have to select the correct options from the codes given below. And the correct answer is option D, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4 are correct. So the Cigarettes and Other Tobacco Products Act 2003 prohibits smoking of tobacco in the following areas: auditorium, movie theaters, hospitals, public transports, etc. Moving ahead with the next question. Sati Prevention Act of 1987 is a law enacted by the government of which state? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option B, that is Rajasthan. So the Sati Prevention Act of 1987 is a law enacted by Rajasthan government in 1987. It became an act of the Parliament of India with the enactment of the Commission of Sati Prevention Act of 1987 in 1988. Now the next question is, in which year Sati was first banned under Bengal Sati regulation? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is in the year 1829. So Sati was first banned under Bengal Sati regulation of 1829. Sati Prevention Act 1987 seeks to prevent Sati practice or the voluntary or forced burning or buying or burying widows alive. Moving ahead with the next question. So the Indian Evidence Act was enacted in which year? You have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is in the year 1872. So the Indian Evidence Act, which was originally passed in India by the British Imperial Legislative Council in 1872, contains a set of rules and allied issues governing admissibility of evidence in the Indian courts of law. Now the next question is, the Indian Evidence Act of 1872 is divided into how many parts? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option B, that is 3. So the Indian Evidence Act of 1872 is divided into 3 parts and there are 11 chapters in total under this act. Further, the act contains a set of rules and related issues governing admissibility of evidence in the courts of law in India. Now the next question is, how many sections are there in the Indian Evidence Act of 1872? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option C, that is 167. So basically the Indian Evidence Act of 1872 has 11 chapters and 167 sections and it came into force on 1st September 1872. Further, the act applies to all judicial proceedings in the court, including the court martial. Now the next question is, who decides whether a juvenile criminal in the age group of 16 to 18 should be tried as an adult or not? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is Juvenile Justice Board. So the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2015 allow the Juvenile Justice Board to decide whether a juvenile criminal in the age group of 16 to 18 years should be tried as an adult or not. Now the next question is, according to the National Security Act of 1980, what is the maximum period of detention? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option D, that is 12 months. So according to the National Security Act of 1980, the maximum period of detention is 12 months. The National Security Act can also be invoked if a person assaults a policeman on duty. Now the next question is, Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act was enacted in which year? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option B, that is in the year 2005. So the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act of the year 2005 is an act of the Indian Parliament enacted to protect women from domestic violence in India, and it came into force on 26 October 2006. Moving ahead with the next question. So the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 incorporates which of the following forms of violence against women? Physical violence, emotional violence, sexual violence, economic violence. So you have to select the correct options from the codes given below, and the correct answer is option D. That is 1, 2, 3 and 4 are correct. See, the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act of 2005 incorporates the following forms of violence against women. These are physical violence, emotional violence, sexual violence and economic violence. Now the next question is, which section of the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act of 2005 defines domestic violence? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is section 3. So the section 3 of the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act of the year 2005 defines domestic violence. It is different from the provision of the Indian Penal Code section 498A. Now the next question is, an application regarding domestic violence can be presented to which of the following? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is magistrate. See, the application regarding domestic violence can be presented to a magistrate for seeking one or more reliefs mentioned in the section by the aggrieved person, the protection officer on behalf of the aggrieved person, and any other person on behalf of the aggrieved person. Now the next question is, the Constitution of India mentions untouchability in which of the following articles? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option C, that is Article 17. So the Article 17 in Part 3rd of the Indian Constitution says that the practice of untouchability should be abolished and its practice in any form is forbidden. Part 3rd of the Constitution contains the fundamental rights provided to the citizens of our country, and they are justiciable in nature. Thank you so much. So this was all for today's video. So please do provide your feedback in our comment section. And stay tuned for the more upcoming videos. Thank you.